So most people are then going to be forced into these multi-unit buildings, and that's going to present it. So it's going to present you with a unique set of challenges, right? I talked about in another episode, right? That 3 days without food, you got your 72 hours if you're watching this video, but they don't. And so now you're in a building concentration of people that are hungry, that are desperate, that are unprepared,
and they panic.
And shoot, why not just go upstairs instead of going across the street to the? So you have to be mindful of that. I mean, I think it's probably further down the preparedness plan, but if you're in the city, just be mindful of the fact that most people in general aren't prepared. And you are around most people if you're in the city. So.
Yeah, they're gonna still smell that steak.
Especially if you're outside grilling. Especially if you're outside grilling.
Yeah, what's that? You can see people real hungry, real character come.
And this will be on your door.
Yeah. And this too is when like how we live in climate control houses or in apartments. They're climate control. So like I said, if you don't have if you can't hit that thermostat, that's when your problems start. Yeah. If you have a tent, set that tent up in that room. Because you can manage that. Take those emergency blankets and duct tape. I got plenty of duct tape. You should get plenty of duct tape. Get that duct tape and you take those emergency blankets, the cheap ones. They got them for $1. You take them and you line that tent with that. Make like a little microwave in there. You take that sterno can, you light it inside that tent. Your kid's gonna be cool. Yep. Now they might be rested because the internet ain't on, but hey, this one reading is important.
That's right. I got a little crank radio too, a crank light too. Man, I'll buy those little Amazon emergency kit. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of those all around the house.
Well, that blanket is crucial. I think you should always have a bunch of those. Are like the space blankets. Yeah, have a bunch of those. But I mean, I would also say, in this scenario, I think, I mean, we live in the South, so the heat is pretty lethal. But we're talking winter, and it gets cold enough here for people to freeze. Oh yeah. So I would say, in addition to that, right, have the proper clothing. Yes. So many of us are just used to kind of hopping in the car and just throwing on a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only going from the car to the building. But in the situation that building is not getting any more heat, it's going to continue to cool down. And day 2 is going to feel, it's going to be bad if you don't have proper insulation. So you need to make sure that you got, whether that's a down jacket or just the proper layers, a means of layering and kind of insulating yourself. If you're not able to kind of do what Fred's saying and kind of create a climate control system.
And we mentioned that in your bug out bag, your go bag in that car, and I keep it. And again, I've been through a crash where we were in the snow in Virginia and had matches on me at the time. So now that taught me some things to keep matches and blanket in my car. So I always have at least matches and a blanket and water in my car wherever I go. And so talking about the same thing, there were some periods of time where my family grew up with, and we were financially challenged, and we had sleeping bags. Yeah, I'm talking about the warmest thing I've ever been in. Were some of these sleeping bags, and again, if you're financially challenged, this is something that you get bit by bit. You don't go out here tomorrow after seeing this podcast and say, the guys on We the People TV told me to do all this. No, put this stuff together bit by bit as you see needed, but just be conscious of what could happen. I think that's the biggest problem. Is the people sit in here and say, man, that'll never happen to me. Atlanta never thought they would see Snowmageddon. That's what we call it, Snowmageddon. And that thing, it shut down Atlanta for at least a week. 7 days.
It did. And then too, if you've been watching this show, you know my number one thing. You need to have these. Glow sticks. Get the glow sticks. I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, it's going to entertain the kids, but at the same time, you can light stuff up. You don't want to have a lot of white light, because one thing about it, you got power. And for those people that in that apartment unit, they know we ain't got power, but you got. Okay, I don't need you asking me a whole lot of questions in a survival situation. No. I don't need you doing that. Now, me and my people, we got a motto, and it's called, we have to be aware of passengers. Passengers get you killed. Yeah, because there's going to be a smart guy that hadn't prepared, but he's going to tell you how to manage your resources, and hence survivability does this when a smart guy comes who ain't done this. Goes down.
Right, it goes down.